Now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
This is the remix. What's going on, everyone, and welcome to a brand new endeavor here on the Casa D18 Studios YouTube channel entitled This is the Remix. Now, This is the Remix is the last, for now, of the brand new music-centric shows here on the channel that I'm going to be debuting that were inspired by the Professor of Rock, Adam Reeder. As I've told you guys on some of the other shows, during my hiatus, I discovered his YouTube channel and became a huge fan of his content. Now, what's the concept of This is the Remix? Well, the show is dedicated to all of the hottest remixes that there have ever been. Doesn't matter what the genre is, and believe me, more than R&B, rap, and hip-hop have been remixed. So I racked my brain. I thought long and hard about what I wanted to do to debut this series with. At the end of the day, I chose a song that very easily could have fit into the Forgotten Gems show that I recently premiered. But it's a remix. So I figured that it would be a great jump-off point for this series. Much like the premiere episodes of Forgotten Gems and Deep Cuts, this song is one that I could speak passionately about, which I feel will hopefully help hook you, my fans, into this new series. Today's song was released on November 7th, 1995, and it was the first of two singles off of a remix album entitled The Remix Collection, an album which actually began a series of events that led to our primary artists leaving their record label at the time, Motown Records. The track was produced by Tim Kelly and Bob Robinson and features a sample of Can't Wait by Redman, which in and of itself contains samples of All Night Long by the Mary Jane Girls, Caribbean Nights by Bob James, and Just Rhyming with the Biz by Big Daddy Kane and Biz Markie, as well as interpolations of Wanna Be Startin' Something by Michael Jackson and OPP by Naughty by Nature. Now, today's song was co-written by Anthony Criss, Trevor Smith, Clifford Smith, Craig Mack, Nathan Morris, Wanye Morris, Sean Stockman, Michael McCary, Tim Kelly, and Bob Robinson, and it's called Vibin, the New Flavor. Now, before we get into the track, let's take a couple of moments here to discuss the artists involved. Boyz II Men were a vocal harmony quartet from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. After performing at a Valentine's Day party at school in 1989, they snuck into a concert being put on by local radio station Power 99 at the Philadelphia Civic Center. They planned to find Will Smith backstage and perform for him. However, while looking for Will Smith, they happened to cross paths with New Edition member Michael Bivins, who, along with his bandmates Ricky Bell and Ronnie DeVoe, had just announced that they were forming a New Edition spin-off trio entitled Bell, Biv, DeVoe. After they sang New Edition's Can You Stand the Rain for him, Bivins and everybody else in attendance, including other celebrities, were impressed. Bivins then gave the group his phone number and told them to call him. Nate eventually called him, and he agreed to manage and help produce the group. Now, in 2003, Michael McCary left the group due to health issues that were diagnosed as multiple sclerosis, leaving Boyz II Men as a trio that still records and performs this day. And on rare occasion, Michael will surprise and join the group on stage, traditionally in Philly. Anthony Criss, better known to the world as Treach by Naughty by Nature, formed the group New Style, along with Vin Rock and DJ KG in 1986. New Style would eventually morph into Naughty by Nature once they met and began being mentored by the legendary female MC, Queen Latifah. Along with his naughty bandmates, Treach is probably best known for the tracks OPP, Hip Hop Hooray, Feel Me Flow, and Jamboree. Trevor Smith, known professionally by his moniker Busta Rhymes, was an original founding member of the Leaders of the New School back in 1984. Busta had his breakout performance on the song Scenario by a Tribe Called Quest in 1992. And unfortunately, the Leaders of the New School would disband the following year. Busta would then go on and make guest appearances for a variety of artists, ranging from Another Bad Creation to Craig Mack, TLC, KRS-One, before releasing his debut solo album called The Coming in 1996. Since then, Busta has released 11 studio albums to date, which doesn't even include compilations, EPs, or mixtapes. Clifford Smith, no relation to Trevor, is best known as the METHOD Man from the Wu-Tang Clan. Now, the Wu-Tang Clan formed in 1992 and signed with Loud RCA Records, who allowed the group members to actually pursue solo deals with other labels, something that was completely unheard of in the industry up until this point. Meth would go on and sign with Def Jam Records and release his debut album Tikal in 1994. Method Man was always one of the most visible members of the group, which allowed him to gain more mainstream success, recording songs with the Notorious B.I.G., Spice One, Foxy Brown, Shaquille O'Neal, DMX, J.O. Felony, Exhibit, Limp Bizkit, Mary J. Blige, and countless others. Now, Craig Mack began rapping as a teenager under the name MC-EZ and released his first single entitled Get Retarded in 1988 via the Fresh Records label. Mack was one of, if not the first act, signed to Sean Puffy Combs' Bad Boy Records label, and is best known for his debut single, Flava in Your Ear, a song whose remix will most definitely be featured on a future episode of the series. Unfortunately, the success of the Notorious B.I.G. overshadowed Craig Mack's, and by the time his second album would come out in 1997, Mack was no longer on the Bad Boy Records label. Sadly, Mack passed away in 2018. Now, Treach is the first person to spit on the track, and he definitely sets the bar high with his bars. He says, quote, "Hey boo, did you remember the tip of Tinder fender bender from last September? You let me enter the center. So we went through the winter. Then we had a little prob, now we let it solve. Now you think that you get robbed if you're given bod. Well, I'm sticking to the kitten because it's hitting. The only way I be splitting is if you pick it for money and trick it. You want to dip, this is the brick you pick, so you ain't getting dismissed until both sets of lips kiss. It's the mother number one, the funky Philly-fied, the chilly side, boys to men and women with the illy vibe. So until it's 1999, just vibe with me and smile like you wifey for life be." Treach and Boyz II Men then trade off on the refrain before Boyz II Men hit us with the chorus. At this point, Puffy and Craig Mack trade ad-libs off during the chorus before Mack jumps on the track with what is quite possibly my favorite verse of Craig Mack's of all time. Mack says, quote, "Craig Mack's got a lot in store for MCs, so please listen. Fake rappers, stop booing and hissing. My shit's the bomb, like nitroglycerin, electrifying. If I said I wasn't, I'd be lying. On the fader, from here to Grenada, dope demonstrator, creator of the force, like, hey, Darth Vader. You imitator, I'm greater than your data. MCs run up, so then they pack this doggy bag for later. I'm the wisdom mystical, hyper scientifical. Do your typical, write rhymes, get loaded, take a miracle. The lyrical whip, the word dick on the side tip, rhymes to flip. Hercules ain't got a tighter grip. Whoever said that you couldn't be beat will have a seat, grab a spoon, taste some defeat. I shake MCs down directly to the ground. Boys to Men make the world go round. Boys to Men then jump back on the track with the chorus one more time. This time Busta Rhymes adds some ad-libs ahead of his verse. Busta comes in and says, woo, that music feel like cool breeze. Make you bang your head from here to overseas now. You feel the charge that we be generating, conversating, always get taken by vibes that be penetrating. I make you feel the sensation, like we come into the last days of revelation. Sometimes that's how we be vibing. Yes, I'm going to keep you smiling. Hit you, then I take you on a ride, just like Coney Island. 1, 2, 3, it's simply you and me. While you listen, I MC. Blow your mind and make you really want to party. Ooh, take those bars and keep them swinging. Take that shit so tight, it makes me want to start singing. But I keep on bringing that shit that keep your ass swinging. You better believe I keep your bells ringing. Feel the motion and the magic potion. While we in the dance hall with Boys to Men, we bring the universal vibe, y'all. As Boys to Men come back in for the chorus one more time, Busta Rhymes gives us a few more of his ad-libs before it transitions into a couple of ad-libs from Method Man before he jumps on the track for the final bars. Meth says, I mentally stab your brain with the pain. While other brothers spit mad game, I spit flames. You know my effing name, write joints with Mary J. Johnny Blaze, get meth lift because it pays. Life insurance, indeed, as we proceed, to give the track menstrual cramps until it bleeds. Who's the bad guy? It's I, the chinky eye. Naughty head, rugged MC from NY. City, my whole rap committee get busy. My roots date back to Kizzy, now ask who is he? Lady sings the blues then. I take it as a gem that's able to raise boys to men. 1,000 young black kids from out the housing projects ready to catch Rick to Callion. The center of attraction, guaranteed satisfaction. Stop the yap and make it happen, baby. Boys to Men then come in, hit us with one final chorus as the track fades out. Now, I was sad to hear that this album began the drama which led to Boyz II Men's departure from Motown Records. Motown is such an iconic R&B record label, and Boyz II Men really helped bring them back to prominence after years of dormancy. What I think really captivated me about this track at the time of its release was the fact that all 4 MCs on the track were ones that I really liked and admired at the time, and honestly still do to this day. Treach and Naughty by Nature had some major anthems for hip-hop music. Craig Mack, despite already being overshadowed by Biggie on their label, really brought the fire and made people take notice. Busta Rhymes was kind of milling around the industry at the time, picking up guest spots wherever he could, as his debut album wouldn't come out for another year. And Method Man was the superstar, hence his placement as the final verse on the song. I'd be lying, though, if despite my admiration then and now for Meth, I didn't point out the fact that I think he kind of phoned in this performance, which in turn allowed Treach and Craig Mack especially to really shine and outperform him. Enough about my thoughts, though. What do you guys think about Vibin, the new Flava? Are you a fan of it? Have you heard it before? Let me know. Leave your thoughts in the comments section, and let's engage in some fun banter about the universal language, music. That's going to wrap it up for the premiere episode of This Is the Remix. Have you enjoyed this show, this concept? What remixes would you guys like to see me discuss later on down the road? I've got quite a few picked out that I'm going to be diving into, but I'm always open to suggestions from you, my loyal viewers. Thank you once again for joining me and tuning in for this brand new show. I hope you enjoyed it. And until we meet again here on a future episode of This Is the Remix, I have been your host, the Renegade JJ Williams, thanking y'all for joining me and tuning in. And I will catch you guys next time.
This is the remix. This is the remix. This is the remix. This is the remix. This is the This is the remix.